Hello everyone, welcome back with me, Andrea Jody. I will continue my practice on TED Talk with title Why Do Competitors Open Their Stores Next to One Another? So I can't do my practice last week because I was sick. I got chicken pox or cacar air in Bahasa. So I have to memorizing it harder this time. And the script was revised. So now it's shorter and easier to remember than that one. Maybe I should start with reading the new script. Okay, so why are gas station always built next right next to other gas stations? Why can I drive for a mile without finding a coffee shop and then stumble across three on the same corner? Why do grocery stores, auto repair shop, and restaurants always seem to exist in group instead of being spread evenly throughout the community? While there are several factors that might go into deciding where to place your business, clusters of similar companies can be explained by a very simple story called Hoteling's model of spatial competition. Imagine that you sell ice cream at the beach. Your beach is 1 mile long and you have no competition. Where would you place your cart in order to sell the most product? One day you sell ice cream at the beach that is 1 mile long, and to serve as many people as possible, you initially place your cart in the middle. When your cousin Teddy arrives with his own cart, selling the exact same product, you both agree to split the beach in half, setting up your carts a quarter mile south and north of the center, respectively. Game theorists consider this a social optimal solution because it minimizes the maximum number of steps any visitor must take to reach an ice cream cart, ensuring that no one walks more than a quarter of a mile while both vendors sell to half of the beachgoers. However, this socially optimal agreement doesn't last because it is not a Nash equilibrium, and either vendor can move their cart towards the other to sell more ice cream. On the second day, Teddy set up his cart in the middle of the beach, forcing you to stay a quarter mile south and giving him more than half of the customers. By the third day, the ice cream wars is called as you set up in the center of Teddy's territory to steal his customers, only for him to move just south of you to regain them. Throughout the course of the day, both of you continue to periodically move south towards the bulk of the ice cream buyers, each trying to outdo the other by shuffling 10 paces at a time to reclaim customers. Eventually, both of you end up at the center of the beach, back to back, each serving 50% of the ice cream hungry beachgoers, which reached the game theorists call a Nash equilibrium. At this point, neither of you can improve your position by deviating from your current strategy because you cannot reposition your cart closer to your farthest customers without making your current customers worse off. This model demonstrates that while a spread out distribution would serve people better, such a setup leaves businesses vulnerable to aggressive competition. So we can see that it's shorter than the last script I read, but it still has the same sentences. I will try to re-memorizing the first paragraph. It shouldn't be that hard because it wasn't that different from the last one. Why are gas stations always built right next to one another? Right next to one other gas stations. Why can I drive for a mile without finding a coffee shop and then stumble across three at the same corner? Why do grocery stores, auto repairs, and restaurants always seem to exist in groups instead of being spread evenly throughout a community? While there are several factors that might go into deciding where to place your business, clusters of similar companies can be explained by a very simple story called Hoteling's model of spatial competition. Imagine that you sell ice cream at the beach. Your beach is 1 mile long and you have no competition. Where would you place your cart in order to sell the most product? Why are gas stations always built right next to other gas stations? Why can I drive for a mile long without finding a coffee shop and then stumble across three on the same corner? Why do grocery stores, auto repair shop, and restaurants always seem to exist in group instead of being spread evenly throughout a community? While there are while there are several factors that might go into deciding where to place your business, clusters of similar companies can be explained by a very simple story called Hoteling's modus of spatial competition. Imagine that you sell ice cream at the beach. Your beach is 1 mile long and you have no competition. Where would you place your cart in order to sell the most product? I think I did good on remembering this paragraph. It's not that different, so I think I can remember it easier. And that's it for today's practice. The next practice, I will start to memorizing the second paragraph of the new script. I think I will have that two times this week because I didn't practice last week. Okay, that's it. See you.